Just going to do a universal process right quick, as best I can from my memory. So just taking a deep breath in and getting settled, just feeling really grounded. I just did another practice before this, so I feel pretty grounded and connected to my body and in this time and space. And I'm noticing some charge around doing something and not doing something. And it's kind of, it's funny to me that that applies to a lot of different things. So, let's feel, close your eyes, and feel doing something. And this could be anything. What is it like doing something? Getting up, going to do something. So breathe that in, feel it fully and deeply. Really magnify it. Make it as real and as strong as you can. Preferably thinking about like doing something you're like, I don't feel like it. If you're procrastinating on something, this would be good for that. And so feel that fully and deeply and say something about it to yourself out loud. And I'll say, resistance. So take a deep breath and let that go. And then now we're going to feel not doing something. And breathe that in and feel that fully and deeply. Not doing something. And say something about it. Relief. And take a deep breath and then let that go. And then now we're going to feel doing something again. And I add touch to my body. I notice just kind of intuitively, or when I think about doing something, sometimes I get a sensation. So I just bring awareness to it. So it's an invitation for you to do that. Doing something. Feel that fully and deeply. Magnify it. Make it as real and as strong as you can. And say something about it. Some intention. And take a deep breath and let that go. And now feel not doing something. And make that real and as strong as you can and magnify that. Notice what happens in your body. And say something about that. Too much thinking. Take a deep breath and let that go. And we're going to go back to doing something again. Feel that fully and deeply. What else about doing something? And say something about it. Variety of things. Take a deep breath and let that go. And then feel not doing something again. Not doing something. What else about not doing something? And say something about it. Sometimes disappointment. And now is what we're going to do is take a deep breath and let that go. And exhale all the air out of your lungs. And slowly take a deep breath in from the bottom of your lungs, filling your lungs completely. Feeling both of these at the same time. Feeling doing something and not doing something. As you're doing a nice, slow, deep inhale all the way to the top and hold the breath, feeling both of them at the same time. And then exhale slowly and just notice what's happening between them. Thank you. Sometimes they're two opposing things. Sometimes they kind of blur together. The goal is to continue that practice until you feel like they're kind of starting to come together. So let's play around with that one more time, because I know that I'm going to need that one more time. And then now we're going to speed it up. So no matter where you were in that process, unless they've merged, if they've merged, you can fill with light and be in divine presence and radiate. But for those who still feel some polarity around doing, not doing, some charge around that, let's feel doing again. So feel doing. What else about doing? Something you like to go do, not like to go do. Benefits of doing something. Any perspective, anything about doing something. Just really dimensionally. And say something about that. Active is my word. And take a deep breath, let that go. And then now feel not doing. What else about not doing something? All the things. Benefits. Maybe there's consequences. Maybe it's by choice. Maybe it's not. And say something about not doing. Empowerment. Take a deep breath and let that go. And now feel doing again. And say something about it. Empowerments. And take a deep breath. Let that one go. And feel not doing again. And say something about it. Choice comes up for me as my word. And take a deep breath, let that go. One more round is feel doing something. Say something about it. Speed. Feel not doing something. And say something about it. Dimensional. And now take a deep breath and let both of those go. Get settled and do your slow inhale, starting from the bottom, from your root chakra, from your genitals. Inhaling slowly, feeling both of them at the same time. You can even add touch coming up your body. All the way, filling your lungs completely until you get to the top of your head, holding the breath, feeling both of them at the same time, holding that breath, taking in another sip of air at the top, and doing a nice slow exhale, even making like a shh or a sound. And then just do a recovery breath and notice what happens. Usually feel less charge around the two. And from this space, no matter where you are, let's go ahead and just feel the space of them kind of coming together, however you would describe the space that you're in now. And you can always go to white light, peace, things like that. You can use your imagination. Maybe there's an image or color. And just breathe that in through your body. Whatever that experience, the culmination of that experience. Sometimes it's a merging of those two things. Sometimes it's coming together. Sometimes it's just even an acknowledgement that both of them are there. Maybe they're still in opposition, and we're honoring that. So filling that space, your body, even adding touch. And I'll use wholeness as my word and see white light. And breathe that in and radiate that through my body. I like to inhale it down, feel it flowing through me, all the way out through the bottom, and then coming back up. Just this divine white light and presence and peace. And then stay in that space until you're ready to open your eyes. And then maybe do some journaling, or put in the chat, actually, or in the comments, what was great about that. What happened during that experience for you. And thanks for playing that game with me. I look forward to reading your responses. And more on this to be continued, I guess, in some type of a post or email. But yeah, thanks for playing. Mwah.